Hi guys, hello, Mary, me to everybody. It's MicheleMarieDalene. I'm at the soup kitchen today using the other streamer, and wanted to talk to you about given what's going on with the streams. I'm thinking we're gonna stop taking phone calls because I really can't keep up with them, and so I just thought I would take the time to talk to you guys all and explain something. Yes, I'm going to have a word with Pete at the soup kitchen here, and I asked Mike to come take a look at the video. But Mike isn't here yet. Homeless Mike. So I figured that instead of to come take a look at the video, basically beating my head against the wall, I would just take this time to do the chat with you. And I see good morning, and I see you, Ted. Good morning to you too. And I'm just really upset about last night's chat. I really, really was upset. I still am. Because I thought a lot of hurtful things were said. Okay, I said a few nasty things about Dory too. I did discuss them with Dory afterwards. Okay, so at least with Dory I cleared the air a bit. But in this case, we're talking about just make sure this emergency battery power cell's on. Yes, it is. Okay, good. Make sure the battery won't go dead on me. No, Dory's not to blame. As I said, Dory has a lot of personal issues right now, which I'm not at liberty to discuss. What Pete said last night has nothing to do with Dory, and that's what I wanted to talk about. Now, I said I would present more information, and so I'm going to do my best to present more information. I don't know how well this stuff's going to show up on the thing here, but I'm bringing this thing closer to me. This is my state ID card. Okay, I know it's not the greatest picture in the world, but it's not the point. Okay, that's female. And then we have my Medicare insurance card. I don't know if that mentions my sex on it. My Medicare card is, but I don't know my insurance card. No, it does not. Okay. So yes, this does. And I just wanted to try to get these things straightened out because of the situation was just unbelievable last night, and I really, really was angry. I could kind of see how the woman felt that wanted to go over to YouTube and basically shoot up the place. But except that my anger was at one particular person, and there you go. So I just don't know what I'm supposed to do anymore, because of the amount of damage that has been done to my spirit by these people who have said hurtful things about me. Now, I love when I do these videos. I love when I get a chance to talk to you guys. I love when I get a chance to open my mind. No, it has nothing to do with Dory, Ted. You're missing the point. Dory is not even the issue here. Okay? Listen to me. It has nothing to do with Dory. Stop saying it's Dory. It has nothing to do with Dory. It has to do with Soup Kitchen Pete, not Dory. Okay? As I said, he's spreading bad stuff all over town that is not necessarily true. Okay? And that's the reason why I'm having to talk to Homeless Mike, since Homeless Mike knows him. and ask him to get involved and try to find a solution to the problem. I just don't know what to do anymore because I feel like I have reached a point where I can't figure what the next step is. And I don't know what to do because we're not discussing Dory, Ted, okay? It has nothing to do with Dory. I think you're missing the whole point. It has to do with what Pete kept saying about me last night, about my situation, about my biological condition, the way he attacked Lumi repeatedly, the way he attacked me repeatedly. It has nothing to do with Dory. I don't know why you keep thinking it has to do with Dory all the time. It has nothing to do with Dory at all. Okay. I just wish I knew what to do about the horrible things that this guy Pete had said last night, and I just don't know what to do anymore. Because he's making him and TNCC are making a mockery of me and my channel, and he's making people feel uncomfortable being here. That's this table is gonna. There you go. Good. Just scan it so it doesn't look too bad. He's making a mockery of me and everything associated with me. Thanks a lot. And I don't know what to do. As I said, go back to the video from last night and watch the last 45 minutes to hour of it. Yeah, but you know what, though? Some of the stuff that he said was totally not true. And even though I made an effort to present the information that it was true, he just didn't want to listen to what I had to say. He keeps thinking that I'm blowing smoke out of my butt, and I'm not. And that's the reason I get so angry. It's like, I know there are others on YouTube that do these kind of live streams almost every week. Sometimes they do them less often. You know, but making me sound like a deadbeat and something downright unacceptable as that, in addition to the other things he said. Right now I'm at the soup kitchen, so I can't use the language I would normally use because of the rules of the soup kitchen prohibit certain type of foul language. But, you know, this is the reason I just am so upset, is because he's making a fool of me. He's making a fool of Lumi. He's making a fool of you. He's making a fool of everybody. Him and TNCC last night were both going at me and Dory. And I don't think it was fair either way. Yeah, but you know what? It's funny to think, because when I was a kid, we were always told, if you got nothing good to say, shut your pie hole. That's what they were told as a kid, right? If you got nothing good to say, shut your pie hole. You don't try to discredit a person and treat them badly. And people don't realize how much work I put into these videos, and that this is supposed to eventually become a small, income bringing in channel eventually. Right now, it doesn't make any money at all. And also, why in the hell do we have to deal with phone calls? Like we were getting last night, with people playing music and playing repeats of Donald Trump's speeches. I watched every single Donald Trump speech. I know all the speeches he said. And I know that he has the authority under the Constitution to get the National Guard to defend our borders, which he has authorized, and they have been immediately deployed to the southern border. Okay, but why were the people playing his speeches last night and all the other horrible things that they were doing? It was just so irritating. Me and Lumi were trying to hold a conversation, and we didn't ever get a chance to finish their piece because the phone would ring right in the middle when Lumi was trying to say something, or in the middle when I was trying to say something. And that just sucks, you know. It's not fair to me or to other people I know. But I think Michelle is another point, though, is that, be honest, guys, not everybody in this channel has exactly been very kind at all lately. There's been a lot of hurt being tossed around. And even Open Wire is not even trying. I mean, I thought Open Wire was more of an ally, and now he's trying to pick sides. Ruben, whatever, is a scientist and a researcher, and I thought he was a friend, and I thought he was at least a fair-minded person. And then I was just, do me a favor and share this link out to everybody and get them on here. We gotta discuss this. I could do it. Do it. We're gonna get this out. We're gonna send this message out to everybody. They don't really know who's gonna be watching it this time in the morning. Just do it, Lynn. Of course, Michelle, you're gonna have to rename the video. I will, after we get it done. Okay. Okay. And, so sharing this out. And I will rename this video when this is done, so people can actually make sure to find the right one. I'm on Google Plus. And I think Michelle is right when she says that some of the people on this channel have been really, almost like they have been systematically trying to attack her. I'll be honest, I don't know exactly why they're attacking her. Well, the thing is this morning, Dory wanted me to wait for the veterinarian for her so she could take care of another business event, but I had to take care of this issue. And I needed to try to talk to Pete, because I asked Homeless Mike if he would come watch the video, and he said he would at the soup kitchen. And so that's why I realized that since I was here, I figured I might as well talk about this issues that I was so upset about last night. In the end, and Luma, I'm going to say one thing. What's that? You're a better commentator than me. Thanks. It's not that I can't commentate. No, you did a good job. If you watched the video at 2 hours, 4 minutes, and 40-something seconds when Lumi was speaking up, she did a great job, whereas I was basically all over the floor. Michele, you have your abilities if you just could just find a way to not freak out at the wrong time. Yeah. That's the truth. You're a smart person. You're not dumb. So, as far as the other people on my channel, I don't even know who my allies are. They're probably the majority of the people who are being quiet and haven't ever said anything. Probably. There's some things I don't think I'm ever getting my message through. I just don't think I'm getting my message through to the right people. I don't think people really realize how much work I put into these videos and how much time it takes and how much thought it takes and why I'm dedicated to trying to do them. I enjoy sharing. I love talking to people. Don't blame Dory for anything. Okay, Dory's not the problem here. I already told you that. Okay? In this case, I'm more upset with the phone calls and the pranks and the people who have basically closed their ears to facts. And you already know that TNCC is not an ally. No. Michele, I don't think he really has all the facts that he keeps saying he has. Honestly, I think he's blowing smoke out of his butt. Well, given the way he said last night, I still think you're right, Mom. I think he doesn't want to admit that he found something that was very interesting, and now he's trying to say is, even though all this information is presented to you, in his hearsay, that, well, first of all, statistically speaking, he had every single piece of information right. Okay? Every single piece of information right. And the problem was, and then he's trying to say is that information doesn't apply. And then he's trying to say that I'm made up, which doesn't make any sense. Considering the fact is that, number one, for reality, it's starting to generate the exact birth dates, death dates, location information, parents' name, in the case of my father, Hans, all this information is ridiculous. It's not going to happen. You're more likely to get struck by lightning or win Powerball than you are to get that much information right. And that's the reason why I have to agree with you that I think it's disgusting that he's trying to say that I'm not real after he himself said that I was real. And I'm always so sick and tired of seeing people like him making a mockery of me and you. We don't even know any of these people. We know these people all have their own issues in their own lives, and that it's a pleasure when they can come to the videos and they can watch and they can chat like Ted here is doing. But the thing is that why are they treating us so badly when we have done nothing to them? When we have been there twice a week for quite a while now. Originally it was once a week. Then before that it was for 5 days a week. Then 6 days a week. Then we had the Justice for Trudy debacle, which totally screwed everybody up. Michele ended up having to cancel her home or her cell phone plan, and then she ported her cell phone plan or her home phone to her cell phone, and then she had to turn the ringer off because everybody kept calling her, and they still do. Yeah. And that's an example of the thing that I find so disgusting. It's not that Michele has done anything really wrong. It's that just these people in general are just trying to find a way to make Michele look like such an evil person. And the sad truth is, Michele, is most of them are the ones that are evil. For example, I don't think TNCC has a nice bone in his body. Okay, maybe I'm a little bit extreme, but I don't think he's being nice to Michele anyway. When are you going to do a video on your channel? Soon. I'll do a live stream on my video soon. But I'm not going to do the phone calls. Because frankly, as far as I'm concerned, I think that is a giant problem right there. That's screwing everybody up. They're making a mockery out of your hearing. They know that there's certain sounds you cannot hear. They know that there's certain things, wordings, phrases you do not understand. They're humiliating you and everybody else. Well, Dory has issues right now in her life, okay, that I am not at liberty to divulge, okay? She's under a lot of stress. She's under a lot of anxiety, okay? She has a hard time coping with those issues. When she gets upset, she lashes out at people, whereas I rather whine and talk about it. Like we're doing now, which isn't really that bad. We're just trying to express why I got so upset about last night. And I watched the video over and over again, guys, and honestly, over an hour of talk on something as non-significant, and it is non-significant, about my birth certificate? Like, what? Says, please, phone calls are a major part of your show. If you take that away, I predict the viewership will bump. Yeah, but what kind of phone calls are we getting? They're not even helping the show. Okay? I mean, they're not even constructive phone calls. Like, why was someone playing Donald Trump speeches? Why were people playing voices from WrestleMania? Why would I understand some of the WrestleMania thing is very popular, but seriously? I know that there were some honest people trying to hold a conversation last night. I know there was a few. But if I can't hear the phone calls, I can't understand what they're saying, it's almost impossible to have a dialogue. At least with the chat, I can read this. You know, and I can look at this and I can go back a few lines if I need to review it, and this makes sense because I can read the screen. I like the phones too, but the thing is if the people really were more honest and kind and when calling and respectful. I mean, they're not trying to come up with voice changers and other baloney and saying all these horrible things and. It would be great. I don't have a reason why we could not have the phone calls that could be seriously wonderful. I just wish I knew how to reach out to the right people. Oh, I think the problem is I don't know what kind of clientele are exactly on your channel, but I don't think it's exactly been the kind of people that I would call positive. At large, anyway. I'm not saying everybody isn't, but I mean, where in the heaven's name did Michelle's channel become the next Saturday Night Live or Laugh-In or Laugh At? Laugh-In was a TV show from the 60s, right? And yeah, I think I agree with you when you said that. It's. I like the phone calls too, but like you said, Lum, is that people are turning my show into something it's not meant to be. I mean, so Ted, here's the question: what should we do? Okay, you are part of the last night's live chat. You know what I'm talking about. Being called a welfare deadbeat is not exactly nice to say to somebody who has done nothing to anybody wrong. You know, and that's another thing that really upset me. Who are these people to judge me? They don't even know me personally. They just know me from what? Tonight on all my vlogs and all my live videos and stuff like that. But they don't know what I do behind the scenes. They don't know my dreams. They don't know my passions. They don't know everything about me. They just know a very little bit about me. I mean, how am I supposed to reach out to the right people? The kinds of people that make positive communications. I think the sad truth, Michelle, is that, let's be honest here, I don't think you got what it takes. I don't mean to be rude when I say that, but I don't think, Michelle, I don't think you got what it takes. You know, you're a great person, you're a wonderful person and everything. No, everything was not fine. For God's sakes, Ted, you missed almost an hour and a half of all the attacking of Michelle. Maybe you don't think it was important. But it had nothing to do with Dory. Dory was just the final act of the night, if you will. Soup Kitchen Pete attacked Michelle, along with the MMD archives and a whole bunch of other people. Go back and rewatch the replay. And watch all the chats, and you will see that. And every time Michelle tries to have an honest show and tries to address honest topics, everybody sits out there and they derail her every time. Well, since it's on reruns, why don't you go back and play it again and turn on the live chat option and follow the live chat as it happened. And then you will see everything that happened. Especially go to, say the last 1 hour and 40 minutes on. Especially if you want to see how the attacking from the Soup Kitchen people, the MMD archives in the very beginning was attacking me. And then he attacked Michelle. And then Soup Kitchen Pete was attacking Michelle. And Ruben, whatever, I don't know who he was on, whose side he was on. It was just getting crazy. And I think it's just an example of why Michelle, I think, just doesn't know what to do anymore. It is true that Michelle doesn't have much power as she explained that in a video, and you saw that video. But Soup Kitchen Pete was trying to drag Michelle through the mud because of the fact that she only has a small amount of power. Very small, but she has some, but it's very small. And she said that when she was walking to McDonald's that day. And ever since that day, he has never let Michelle have a moment's peace on the channel. And then the Snow King guy, come on, who the heck is he? As I said, there are things I cannot say on here because we're in a public place. And if you look, we sit over here by the Christus. That's right, there's a cross. See that cross? Yeah, maybe he can see from there. Oh, okay. Well, back it up a bit. There we go. There's the Christus. So this used to be parochial school. That's why there's a Christus in the, as it was a Protestant parochial school. And, so, yeah, but this has nothing to do with Dory. Do you understand that? This has nothing to do with Dory at all. This has to do with people using me, and it's not Dory. I think MMD Archives is using me as a way to get himself his fame and fortune. He's using me to make himself well known as some kind of a negative entity. Okay, out on the wire, I don't know whose side he's on. Sometimes he's on my side, sometimes he's dead set against me. I don't know anything of what to say about that. It's just that it's the way I feel. He says, I just wanted to display power of my choice. It was a big letdown for me. I told all my friends about the grand display of power you. But I explained to you one thing, okay? My season ended technically on the 20th of March. I couldn't do anything after the 20th of March. My season ends then. I did my best to move the storm away, and then the system went back westward. There was nothing I could do after my season ended. And that's the problem. I couldn't do anything about it. There are policies I have to abide by that has everything to do with what I was talking about. So I couldn't change it, something that happened after my season ends. Well, you need to explain it to your friend that you didn't understand that my season is only from December 21st until Ostara, which is sometimes known as the first day of spring. I couldn't do anything after the first day of spring. My season's over then. I mean, we have another snowstorm coming. At least I think we still do. Do we? Let me look real quick. Let me just take this out. I got 3 phones here. Actually, one of them doesn't have a SIM card in it, which is my iPhone, which is just used for MiFi, or used. Right now, for those people who are curious, it is 0 degrees Celsius. It is partly cloudy. It doesn't feel that cold, but it is a little bit breezy. Make sure it's up to date. I got it, okay? I wouldn't say, partly cloudy. That sounds about right. If I go to the next few days, I see in my area it's going to be Friday, April 6th. It says it's going to be a mix of rain and snow, high as 7, a low as 0, with 90% chance of precipitation. Today, Thursday, it's going to be a high of 3, a low minus 3, 10% chance of precipitation. Saturday, April 7th, is going to be about the same. It's going to be as cloudy, though. A high of 3, a low minus 5, 10% chance of precipitation. Sunday, April 8th, it's going to be a high of 5, a low minus 4, with 0% chance of precipitation. So, if I was to go by this, it looks like, for the most part, the nor'easter is not going to happen after all. Have you tried postseasons? I can't do any workings per policies of Mother and Father God. If I was to do that, I have to get special permission. Okay. And so that's the rules. I can't do workings without special permission from Mother and Father God. So let's see. So if they get permissions, I can do something, but it's under very specific guidelines. So. You got an appointment scheduled? No, I don't have an appointment scheduled. Oh, that's just agenda. Well, let me ask you a question, because there's something I want to know, Ted. Okay? And that's this. Why is it that everybody... Yeah, I'm going to go with them, because I follow the guidelines and the rules as specified under my agreement with them as part of my terms of service. I never violated my agreement with Mother and Father God. And as I said, but when my season is over, unless it's a real emergency, it's not my call to interfere, especially if indeed we do have another steward or stewardess. I don't know if we do or not. I have no clue. I have no documentation to prove it either one way or the other. But here's the question I want to get onto another topic. Why is it that people make a big deal about my biology and Lumi's existence so much? Why does it matter to people about my biological condition? Why do people want to make a big deal about something that has not affected their lives at all? Why do people also want to attack Lumi so much when Lumi has never done anything wrong to anybody? No, I haven't never... I agree with Michelle on that last one. It's like, what did I do to these people to be attacked so much? Because I never could figure that out. The thing is that Michelle brings to a great point, is why is it that these people keep attacking Michelle and me constantly about me and Michelle, or me or Michelle's health, or Michelle's biology, or everything else. It's not that they're trying to incite a dialogue. It's like they're trying to incite depression and anxiety and feelings of lack of self-worth. They're making them feel like she's worthless. And I think worthless is exactly accurate. He says, well, I'm sure they would probably... Okay, he says, why do you let it bother you? This is my question. Because I have to keep fighting that battle every single time. For more than 30 years. That's right. 30 years. I have fought hard to finally be who I really am. After being misraised as a child by my mother and my father. Okay? To, being told that because I'm legally blind, I'll never be able to be anything. So finally running a YouTube channel where I'm finally beginning to reach out to the population, and then have the same kinds of negative people try to steamroll me flat again, and trying to take away what I have gained by honest means of creating a presence on YouTube. And I'm tired of having to sacrifice myself every time for something I didn't even do wrong in the first place. I paid to have the medical exams. I paid to have the testing done. I paid for all the legal fees and court fees and God knows what other fees. I did all the right steps. I went through everything. I have been who I am now for over 30 plus years. And to keep having my past thrown in my face repeatedly is just hurtful. And it's not even that they're trying to be helpful when they're being hurtful. They are just being vindictive. They're just hurting me. They're hurting my reputation in this town. It doesn't help because it's a small town. People in this town talk, such as Soup Kitchen Pete, for example, which I have no idea who he is. And it's hurtful. It harms a person. You know, it destroys their spirit. Your spirit's got to be stronger than that, Michelle. You got a strong spirit. I know I got a strong spirit, but the thing is it wears you down after so long. It's just like the wave action, go hitting against the rocks and the shoals. Eventually, the erosion turns the rocks into sand. And it's just, it's stressful. Yeah, well, if you ever study the story behind Kristen Anderson and the Snow Queen in general, you realize that she's not very well liked by him at all. Hans Christian Andersen wrote a story of the Snow Queen based on a woman that he knew in person. A woman he hated with a passion. So he did the equivalent of wanted to basically make her look bad. And what's the best way to do it? But by literary character assassination. One of the things that I said that I wanted to do when I was given the chance from my Father and Mother God is I wanted to take the role of Snow Queen, and I wanted them to get to know who the person really is. And now the Snow Queen does not have to be a monster. And the Snow Queen can be a really nice person and a good heart and a good spirit. A person who truly believes in doing the best for all mankind. And that's what I do. Then you got the Snow King guy, which, well, you heard you watch his chat, you can see it. I got so mad at, actually, I answered the phone. Let me answer the phone. And she just called him straight out what he was. You know, a pompous asshole. Because the fact is, all he ever does is he brags about how he's this Snow King guy, and he doesn't even listen to anybody. He thinks he's so much better than everybody else, and it's hurtful, and it causes so much emotional pain to have to listen to that. It's just irritating. I mean, I don't know what to say other than that. I want to do the right thing. That's going to be true. But what I need is I really need to find in order for these live streams to be more successful as a whole, is I have got to find the right environment where we can get people who are honestly asking sincere questions, who want to honestly have a sincere dialogue, and try to stay on topic. That's what I wanted to do. But every time I try, there's always somebody out there who's going to try to find some way to distract me. That's because, I'll be honest, Michelle, you're easy to distract. The phone does that a lot. You really do have a hard time with that phone, especially when you're trying to read the chat questions on the screen at the same time. Yes, I do. What? Well, okay. I gotta get a refill on the coffee. Well, tell you what, guys. I don't even know who they are, and I'll be honest with you, is I think on this earthly plane, I think the most important thing that would help a lot is that people gave me more, treated me with respect. I try to treat my callers with respect. I try to treat my chatters with respect. But when you got people playing recordings on the phone and using voice changers and making a fool of themselves on the phone and tying up my time and distracting me from having an honest dialogue, that is just so wrong that it's hard to believe how wrong that is. It's just so wrong. I don't... Well, okay, that's a little more easier to answer and say straight out is not exactly, okay? I don't think Dory is necessarily dragging me down, but she has her own issues, and of course I have to hear about those issues, and that's stressful. And so, that's stressful. Because I can't do anything to help Dory, and that causes stress too. But at this point, everybody's like, Ruben said to me last night, he says, well, maybe you can relocate and get a room somewhere for $350 a month. There is no rooms in Connecticut for $350 a month. There's no rooms in New England for the most part for $350 a month. And so there's a lot of advice bits given in this channel that is either given with all sincere intention, but either A, because they have a lack of understanding where I live or what I have available to me or whatever, it just doesn't work out. Oh, it's possible? I mean, I'm positioned in such a way that you can actually see me. People do kind of walk by. Usually but he certainly didn't, if that is Pete, he certainly didn't take his time to come over here and talk to me about anything. I'll give you a piece of money. Well, like I said, I don't know. Could have been. But Homeless Mike was going to meet me here today. And when he was going to watch last night's live stream in part. And I was going to ask him to talk to Pete about it. And because Pete said that Mike went to high school with me, which is not the case. If anything, I would have went to high school with his mother because I graduated in 1987. He wasn't born until around he's like 23, 25 now. So let's just say it wouldn't be until the mid-90s that Mike would have been born. So how could Mike actually have gone to high school with me? He didn't. Okay? And that's a fact. Mike could not have gone to high school with me. But Yeah, but you know what, though? There's a thing. If you're going to confront somebody in a soup kitchen like this in a public place, I don't want to get myself thrown out of the soup kitchen by starting an altercation either. So it has to be done very, with tact. You can't just go out there and start screaming at the guy, and that's not going to work. And then he will have you dead to rights as saying that you're a flaming pompous asswipe. So that's not going to work. Sure, maybe if you wanted to come on over to the camera, we could have talked over about this right now, but I don't think he's in the mood to do that right now. So, well, I can't tell. I don't even know what he really looks like, honestly. I see a few other people here that I know, but they're not the individual in question. There are people that sit far back near the flag, but it's a public soup kitchen, guys. Okay, which means that there's really no spying whatsoever. This is a public area. So he doesn't have to worry about spying, because there's nothing to spy on. It's just the nature of the soup kitchen. Well, anyway, so what I'm going to do is, let me tell you what we're going to be talking about, because soon this will be about an hour, and the 10 o'clock alarm will go off, and that'll totally script the video stream. So let me just get ready to wrap this up. I really would appreciate, and so would Lumi, that people would realize that conversations like last night were really, really disturbing, and that they make me feel really bad, and they make me feel, very vulnerable. And I don't know if that was their intention, but, they're very hurtful. And that is just got to stop. And then all those horrible phone calls with the music and the other horrible things that are being said on the phone have got to stop too, because it's really totally distracting, and it totally takes a professional quality of my streams and turns them into a joke, and it really, really does nothing for my reputation. And so that's the reason why I think, okay. So still, do you and others who are watching this video later on, if you guys could find out who's been wasting our time with those horrible phone calls, and others that maybe they don't speak so much on camera, but who have been saying horrible things about me, maybe you could let them know, especially since you saw my ID card, Ted, and you saw my Medicare card, because those are only two cards I have on my purse at all times, that my gender is indeed female, and that there's really no reason why this should be allowed to continue. Well, it's possible. I'm not denying that. He could be. As far as I know, maybe maybe he is a North American snow queen with all the fools on this channel and all the fakes, and you never know. You never know. So let me show you guys again My situation, as I just showed Ted, I'm going to show you guys again, for those of you who came late. Now, let's start with this card here. I'm going to try to make sure you can see this card here. So, let me see. Yeah. Okay, Michelle. Hold on. Okay. There you go. That's my Medicare card. Okay, it says female on it. And this is my state ID card. And I'm watching the video as it goes up on my phone here. And you can see it says female on it as well. And I just wanted to make sure that you guys knew that since those are the IDs that carry with me at all times, that I am listed as full female as by the government. You asked about that. Actually, it was, I think it was actually Ruben, whatever, who just had to mention about the government census. I did the government census on my own, when they did the last one around 2000 and, oh God, what year was it? I think 2010 census. I did that one. And if you look at the 2010 census, I believe it is, it shows that my record says female. And then MicheleMarieDalene, and that's my name, and that's who I am, and that's what I do, is what I do. And anybody else have any other questions? I would like to take a few last questions before I wrap it up. Because I know there's only 3 of you on right now, so it should be relatively easy to, if you have any last questions. Okay, well, maybe he's the guy that keeps, the older guy that constantly keeps telling me to stop yelling at through the microphone all the time. Saying that he wants to hear the radio all the time. Well, some people ask me, I think it was Ruben, he said to me, he says, why do you always, when you're on camera, why do you always need to blow your nose or have napkins around? Well, and why don't you go to the ladies' room to freshen up instead of blowing your nose in public? I want to answer that question right now because I have a lot of expensive equipment here. And this is an environment where people are hard up financially, and they will take from somebody who they think has better stuff than they do. And when they do that, of course, that means that my equipment will go AWOL, and then I'll have no equipment for remote shootings. And that's what we're doing here now. Is because this equipment I have is even though it's not really that great, it's still a lot better than a lot of the other people in the soup kitchen's equipment is. So, go talk. I don't know which one that is. I really don't know. Right now, I see a gentleman I know named Don. That's not him. I see George over there by the table. George is the soup kitchen staff member. He's here. There's a big tall guy by the coffee pot. I don't think that's Pete. So, oh, that's Red Thunder. Oh, okay. That's Red Thunder, the guy with the orange shirt. Okay, so that's Red Thunder. Because of confidentiality, I cannot aim the camera at anybody here at the soup kitchen. That's the policy. That's the rules. And they had told me that's the way it is. They don't mind me doing the live streams here. What they say is that You're not to go out there and try to shoot pictures of people without their consent. And that you need to have your camera in a way that is not going to get people unframed on purpose. So I cannot go out there walking around with a camera in my hands and try to roll around the soup kitchen and start taking pictures of people. And I have always agreed to that policy, because then I would have to, otherwise I would have to have releases, and I'd have to have sign releases for every single person who ends up on camera, and I really don't want to go through that much work. It's just too much work to do that. Sure, for an interview, that's fine. If it's a scheduled interview, I can get the permission, and then they could do it, and they can give me a release, but this is not where I can do that. Well, the soup kitchen has set the rules. Those are the rules that the soup kitchen said. They said they do not want anybody shot on video at all. At all. I'm not even to show any kind of scenes where people are having coffee or anything. I mean, I can show empty tables. I cannot even show the flag on the wall without... If there's anybody sitting in front of the flag, I cannot show the flag. If there's anybody sitting at this table besides me, I cannot show this that person. That was the rules that the soup kitchen has set up. Even the staff members themselves do not want to be on galactic television. So I have to respect that, because otherwise, you can tell me straight out is I can't do live streams here. And I want to be able to keep that option open for all cases, in case I want to cover No, I understand you know the law, but I believe you live in Massachusetts, not in Connecticut. Connecticut has very strict rules, so their own state laws are very different than Massachusetts Commonwealth laws. So, that's an issue right there that you need to keep in mind. For example, right now, I gotta go get a coffee refill. Now, I'm gonna go get this. I don't need it right now. I got coffee. I know it's gonna get cold. It's already cold. I'll be ending soon anyway. I'll be ending about 10. Yeah. Well, public filming is tricky. There are laws that do apply to public filming. Okay? Ask anybody who does a documentary about laws and rules specifically regarding documentaries. And I don't have the proper documentary insurance for that purpose. But that's not even the issue here. Okay, the point here is the staff has said that is their policy, and that's what they said, and they are strictly enforcing it. And they told me basically straight out, is if you don't want to live by those rules, GTFO. And take your gear with you. That's one of the reasons why I usually don't do a live stream here. Well, I don't see anybody else here. I just told you that. I just looked. I mean, there's a person sitting over there on the table by the window besides Red, but that's not. I don't think that's Pete. So, like I said, I don't want to start anything. Because I need to come here to eat anyway. So, in addition to, by following the rules, number one, I get the privilege of being able to do these live streams here. In addition to that, I get a meal. Let me just remind you what the rules say. Okay? How am I going to show you the rules? There's a policy. There's the rules that are specified. I have to ask George for a copy of them. But it says, if you violate the rules of the soup kitchen the first time, you lose access to the soup kitchen for a week. Second infraction results in the fact that you lose access to the soup kitchen for a month. And the third infraction is you are permanently removed from the soup kitchen and you can never return. That means, just like I said, follow the rules or GTFO. I've always believed in following the rules. I've always believed in doing my best to be a good example for other people. So I don't want to get thrown out of the soup kitchen because I said something or whatever. Okay, it's just not going to happen. Okay. Alright, so it's 9:51. At this point, I would say we are having a live stream on Sunday. But I really wish we could change the way that the live streams have been going on. I wish people at the live streams were a little more understanding and respectful, especially in regards to the phones. And that's a fact, okay? Because, you know, I work hard to do a good job on these videos, and I know that you guys do enjoy the phones. I enjoy doing the phones when I can get an honest conversation. But when phone calls are deliberately trying to make me look terrible with my hearing loss on a phone conversation, it really, really is not very comforting at all. Because, you know, those people who are doing that on purpose are making a fool of me. And that really hurts. And if you think about it, they're making a fool of many other people who are handicapped, who have physical or auditory or mental or pervasive developmental handicaps that can't always help what they are or who they are. And it's not fair to do that to people who have done their best to try to overcome their handicaps, to be tormented and teased because they may not be able to hear you well. Or they may have a hard time being able to keep the mind focused when they have multiple things going on at one time. Or changing the subject when they're still trying to collect the thoughts on the first subject. These phone calls are important because another reason is that they are ways that I can try to improve my socialization and my hearing, or more precisely, my hearing ability to discriminate and to hear clearly, the ability to better get my brain sharper, improve its processing. But when you have people who are deliberately trying to make a mockery of you, that is just wrong. Okay, I may not be the best spoken person on that, but it's just the way I feel about it. Take phone with you. Oh, same message. Alright, so for now, actually right now I got two phones with me. So it's not a single phone, it's two of them. So what it comes down to is I would have to lug both phones out. I'm not going to do that. So, alright guys, for now, thank you very much for watching this live stream. And I do know that this one is a little more, the software is a little more forgiving than the other software. So what I'm going to do is let's take some pictures of the crease disc. I keep showing you the crease disc in the video. So here we go. This is the crease disc right here. Okay? And over there is my home parish, St. Joseph's Roman Catholic Church. And it's kind of ironic is that this wooden Protestant crease disc points towards my Catholic church, where that's my parish, and but that's where I go to church. Right there is a big Gothic church, so you can see it's getting really tall, and the steeple is really tall too. All right, guys. For now, let me switch this back to me. I will see you guys all on Sunday. Okay, so do me a favor. Stay safe, stay warm, stay dry, okay? And I will see you all on Sunday. For now, see you later. Bye-bye.